Greetings and welcome back to the fabulous Beverly Hills and to another very, very special tour. This one is extra special because this is my brand new listing at 9852 San Cir that I'm listing with the fabulous Jessica Shin. This property, which is approximately 10 years old, clocks in at around 9,000 feet, 6 bedrooms, and it has so many attributes that I'm going to walk through with you right now. One of them being, I'm literally a 3-minute drive from the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm about a 5-minute drive from Rodeo Drive and all the boutiques and the restaurants. But I am also nestled here in one of the canyons up against nature. This is beyond extra special because even though I'm really in the heart of Los Angeles, I could be out in the wilds of Montana, which is really, really special. So without further ado, it is my absolutely distinct pleasure to take you on a private tour through 9852 San Cir here in Beverly Hills. So the story begins with this magnificent indoor-outdoor flow. You have an incredibly private and secluded outdoor area, which is important when people are jumping in and out of the hot tub and the pool. But then we beautifully dovetail into this main level. And we start with this, essentially a sitting room, which is off the kitchen and off the bar. But this sitting room tends to be about 2 or 3 times the size of other people's sitting rooms. And I love that I can gaze out into the natural light. I can see the beauty of the mountain behind. And I can just imagine during the holidays, this would be a moment where lots of people gather, especially because we're quite close to the bar. This area is punctuated beautifully with this fireplace, which is framed with natural stone. And I love the lava balls in there. And just off the main area of the sitting room is this fabulous bar, which comes with all the accoutrements you could hope for. I don't drink anymore, but if I did, I would be partaking in some of the excellent vintage that is hanging out behind me. Another moment that is really quite special is we have a breakfast nook right here, which is a beautiful moment because it leads me to the outdoor dining, which I'm going to cover in a second. But I love the aspect of being able to look out on my yard, gaze across my pool, and once again, I just have nature flooding in from all directions in this amazing property. Let's take a look at the kitchen. The kitchen is epic. We have not just an oversized, we have a gigantic island, which I can imagine at those gatherings, everybody will be hanging out on. You can just see that there would be wonderful buffets, and you can fit in this area easily 100, 200 people. But the thing that punctuates this house, which is one of the reasons why I adore it, is we have fabulous natural views and natural light everywhere. All the windows are huge, and I don't feel confined. I've got extra tall ceilings, and I have a ton of custom cabinetry. For a home like this, we have to have a security system, which is here. And then professional grade range, Viking, which is complemented by the Miele ovens. And then we have discreetly hidden away fridge freezer combo over here. This is an incredibly special moment. And I now want to take you to one of my favorite areas of the entire home, which is the family room. As I leave the kitchen and the main areas we've just visited, I arrive on this landing. Now the home is a 3-leveled home, and we have it punctuated with the most fabulous chandelier, which travels almost all 3 levels. And once again, behind us, we have tons of natural light and beautiful natural views. Let me bring you into the family room. I love everything about this room. I am a sucker for a bookcase. For me, bookcases tell a story about the owners, and they have the most eclectic taste. We have books on Bordeaux, we have books on Ferraris, we have knickknacks from around the world, and I think this montage really creates a strong narrative and a great message for this home. This is where I would be spending an enormous amount of my time, because it is a fabulous room for hanging out with friends, going late into the night. I can watch my TV shows, and once again, from this vantage point, which is the west side of the house, I have yet another natural, beautiful environment, which I'm going to show you right now. So off of the family room, we have another garden, which, even though we're pressed up against the hill, which I love because it makes this property way more private, we have sun pretty much all day. And I know that there have been parties set out here and kids parties and just wonderful events, yet we're completely shielded and completely private. And I love how we have this landscaping which leads back up to the pool, and how everything is framed against the house. It's an extraordinarily beautiful architectural home, very young, it's less than 10 years old, and every detail has been pondered and thought, and it's just incredible. So I'm very excited to show you some additional areas of the house. So rounding out this first level that we're exploring, I go back across the family room, which is framed by another beautiful fireplace. And it brings us to the formal dining room. The formal dining room is currently set up for 10. It could easily be 12. It could be 16. And the motif, once again, is we're framed with natural light and with natural scenes. And then I love this artwork. I went to see this exhibition in Santa Monica myself, and it was extraordinary. And a touch that I love, the dining room ceiling has gold leaf, which is a really, really beautiful touch. So we've explored much of this first level, but I want to finish it by showing you the patio and the pool and the spa, because it's extraordinary. We come straight out of that sitting room onto a pretty massive patio, which is completely private. I do not see one house from here. And again, I am in the heart of Los Angeles, and I'm in the beating heart of Beverly Hills. We have an oversized area for recreation here. This is a full suite, but one of the moments that I love the most is coming up to the pool deck, which is fantastic, and it's an extra deep pool. But I think where I would be hanging out most evenings, you'd be finding me up here in the hot tub, enjoying the house, enjoying nature, and just breathing it all in. This is a fabulous moment, and I'm going to walk out of frame so you can just see exactly how beautiful this home is. Now that we've explored the main level of the home, I want to take you into some of the more private areas of the home, the bedroom suites, and some of the closets, as it's all extraordinary. We begin by entering the main bedroom area, and the tones and the vibe and the choices for me are just so beautiful and so serene. I love everything such as these linen curtains. I love the furniture, and I love how we look out once again into nature. Behind me, you will see deer, you will see bunnies, you may see the odd coyote, but this house from all angles is just kind of sucking in nature, which I think adds to the overall serenity. So it's obviously a huge bedroom, once again punctuated with a fireplace surrounded with natural stone, extra high ceilings, and all the accoutrements are magnificent. Another attribute to this ensemble that I really, really like, and it goes with the whole motif of nature, is off the master we have a private patio that is bathed in natural light, and I have a whole separate area which is punctuated by a waterfall. I can come out here and do my yoga, read a book, you know, just kind of start my day. In my case, I would be sucking down espressos, but whatever the owner should choose. I love that this is exclusive to the owner's suite combo. So in a home of this stature, one would expect that there are dual bathrooms and dual closets. That is the case with this home. And I'm stepping into now the personal bathroom of the female owner of the home, which is beautifully appointed. We have natural stone, custom cabinetry. I love the white natural stone on the floor. Of course, we have a personal steam shower, which actually smells quite divine. And then we have a spa tub. And then let me take you into the most magnificent closet. As I leave the bathroom, it leads me into this gigantic closet, which is all, of course, custom cabinetry and endless places for clothes and storage. And this is just for the lady of the house. I cross back into the corridor that leads me into the master suite, and I'm now into the gentleman's closet. Once again, all custom cabinetry, not quite as much storage as the lady of the home, but still plenty. And then this leads me into his bathroom, which has a much more masculine tone. We have another steam shower. We have more custom cabinetry, a giant sink for him. And once one's got ready for the day, the gentleman of the house can also step out on his own private balcony and enjoy the morning staring across the hills of Beverly Hills. As I leave the owner's suite, it brings me onto a private landing, and luxury homes of this stature as well that are multi-leveled normally come with an elevator. And this has a gorgeous elevator with a beautiful waterfall scene in it. Sometimes private elevators can be a little bit small and claustrophobic, but this is a really beautiful one. As I leave the elevator behind, I wanted to point out this fabulous piece of art by an artist by the name of Tang. The home has several pieces of art which I'll probably show you, but I also wanted to show you an area that I think is vital in homes at this level. Many luxury properties come with their own spa/workout room, and this is no exception. We have full Pilates, we have yoga, we have a roller machine which is good for clearing out all the stress that's in one's body. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but once again we have magnificent views across nature, making this a really special moment. And of course, full bathroom off the room as well, if you had guests that were using the facilities. And then I'm going to quickly show you the guest suites, which are more than ample, beautiful, fully upgraded bathrooms, massive closets, and it's the same with this second guest room. Looking out of all of the windows, I find it extraordinary that I'm in the heart of Beverly Hills, and just the way that this house was designed. Again, it's only 10 years old, so I'm sure the architect stood on the land and was looking around, so wherever the windows were placed, you're not staring into somebody's pool or someone's patio. You have privacy and just this overwhelming feeling of serenity throughout the whole house. So this is something that I would die for. It is the perfect office. Everything in here is just perfect. I love the tones. I love that I have an area here for business meetings. I love this custom, big, chunky wooden coffee table. A lot of the furniture items are vintage. And of course, I like the power desk right here, which is minimalist. And behind me, I have some really, really special things that just kind of punctuate the room. And of course, over here, I am an old music guy after all. This is a Symbot custom. I'm going to call it a hi-fi. Showing my age to the viewers, but I'm calling this a hi-fi. This is one of the best hi-fis that you can buy. And this is just like, it's my ultimate man cave. I've got electric guitars. I've got Eric Clapton albums stacked up. I would never come out of here. So having this, and it's really spacious, and all joking aside, let me run past you, Manny. If I'm working in the home and I don't want guests coming through the home, I have my own private access to my office, and I even have my own private executive bathroom. So I literally would never come out of here. So now I am entering the lower level of the home, and I want to show you a couple of rooms that are just fantastic. We have our own wine and cigar room. This is another room you would be hard pressed to get me out of. We have beautiful vintage wines here. We have custom furniture. The gentleman of the house is a Ferrari fanatic, and there's lots of really cool Ferrari memorabilia. And I'm a cigar smoker, so I love the smell of cigars, and this room just has that loungy scent to it. I think it's just adorable. And then of course, we round it out with a couple of Fender guitars, and this is another room that I just think is just so much fun and extremely special. So last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I've saved a glorious moment for the end of the tour, because the lady of the home is not just an avid golfer, she's golf crazy, and we have installed here the official Tiger Woods golf simulator, which is endorsed by the PGA. This is a full-size golf simulator, and the whole room has been dedicated to it. Now, I've never hit a golf ball in my life, so maybe I should have a swing. Shall I have a swing? Am I allowed to have a swing?
It's gonna be fun.
Okay, all right. So viewers, I'm not a golfer. I should be, I know I should be, but I'm not. Let's have a crack. Four. I don't even know if I hit the thing. Okay, well, I think that was a great shot. And it is worth noting, ladies and gentlemen, that this is obviously a golf simulator, but it also has a soccer simulator, American football simulator. I think it even has some kind of bowling. And then after a night full of activities, I can pull up a chair, grab a quality brandy, sit down here, maybe enjoy another cigar, and just enjoy my fabulous full-size pro simulator room. And as I leave the lower level through this magnificent front door, I have one last thing to show you, which is kind of the piece de la resistance of the home. I have parking for three. There are two here, two beautiful black and white matching Ferraris with some Ferrari memorabilia in the back, rounding out this spectacular offering at 9852 San Cir in Beverly Hills. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming with me on this private tour of 9852 San Cir in Beverly Hills. It has been a pleasure having you along for the ride. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to sit in one of my favorite places of the house, enjoy nature one more time. And so until next time, this is Pete Lorimer saying thanks very much for being with us, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo.